Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little different. We are going bridesmaids dress shopping today. I'm going to try on some wedding dresses as well. I'm so excited. But I'm going to be vlogging my experience today. The lovely guys at Special Day Bridal have invited me up and they want me to do like a look. I'm just like seeing the state of my hair in this viewfinder. They want me to do a look with a dress. So when I got to have a little look, it was kind of perfect because I was planning on going there for some dresses anyway. I'd already clocked one that I liked. My bridesmaid liked it as well, so I'm hoping it's going to be quite smooth. I'm hoping to try it on, all goes well, they like it. Excuse the mess down there. But yeah, next time you see us we'll be in the shop.
Okay, so now for the makeup. So I'm going to just do a little quick tutorial. I say quick, it's a full face. I tried to do as fast as I could. So I thought I'd just do a little look to accompany the dress just so you could get a better idea of one of the dresses that I chose to do the look for. So we're just doing the eyebrows first. I've combed them out and I'm filling them in with the Revolution Brow Pomade. Next we're going in with the P. Louise eye base. I believe this is Rumour Shade 1. So we're popping that all over the lid. As you can see, it gives that nice coverage. So if you've got any kind of like veiny eyelids, anything like that, it's going to cover that up for you. So we're patting that into the skin. Now I'm just taking a crease brush from Morphe and I'm packing in a kind of matte, almost like a kind of mauve shade from the Tartelette 2 palette. And we're just buffing that into the outer corner of Kim's eye and around the crease. I also took a larger kind of blending brush that I'm using just now from Real Techniques and used that to buff out the crease. So you kind of just want to go back and forth with those brushes, adding in your darker mauve colour. I kind of worked my way up the palette to a slightly more purpley shade, all matte, and we just worked our way up in the outer corner and then buffed out with that large Real Techniques brush. What I done then was just mimicked whatever colour was on the top down onto the bottom, just to keep everything really connected. So next we're just going to go into the black shade of the palette, and that's just going to really deepen up the outer corner and give you a bit more of a kind of smoky eye if that is more your thing. And once you're finished buffing all that out into your edges, obviously, you're going to pack on your lid colour. Now I used the Midnight Cowboy shade from Urban Decay. It is one of their kind of old school staple eyeshadows. It's such a nice colour, kind of like a champagne pinky shimmery eyeshadow with little bits of glitter. Sounds weird, but it's so nice. Because I went more mauve with this look, it does look more kind of, it looks a lot paler than it is in real life, but it's such a pretty shade. If you've never used it, I highly recommend. Okay, so I wasn't entirely happy with it wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be. So again, I was just repeating the steps from before, added a little bit more darker of a shade in, and then went along with some bigger fluffier brush and buffed it the edges. We do like a glam smoky eye. For my bridesmaids, they probably will be having slightly glam smoky eye, so we just wanted to kind of do it a little bit darker because that's what Kim's more used to. Now for the eyeliner. So this was the Maybelline Gel Liner, and I'm just actually using the brush that goes with it. So at first I wasn't going to do a wing, but as I kind of progressed through the look, I decided to just go in and add it. So I'm just using a smudger brush from Urban Decay with a black eyeshadow. I think it was just the one from the Tartelette palette. And I'm just kind of setting that eyeliner in place and kind of smudged out a little bit just so it wasn't as sharp. As I said, I was going to keep it smudged out in the corners and smoky, but we live as a wing girl. Look at her judging my work. Look at her. She's like, could do it myself. That'll do. I suppose. Is that wing alright? Is it even? Yep, that'll do. She's shite. Oh well. So just to kind of mimic what was in the top and connect that wing in, I didn't want to leave so much smoke on the top, all part of the top and business on the bottom. So I was just adding a little more black shadow to the bottom. This is optional, you can do this if you want, just to kind of connect that wing and keep it all kind of flowing. Now for the Moondust shadow. So I don't know if you've never heard of these before. These are the Moondust eyeshadows from Urban Decay. They are just like such a lovely intense but fine sparkle. So this one was Space Cowboy, and as you can see, it kind of really just makes the eye pop and gives it that nice shimmery finish. So eyes done, we're going on to the face. I was just winding up because I was zooming so close into her soul. So we're going in with the face now, and I'm just going to use the ordinary eye primer, yeah, the ordinary face primer, just to smooth out all her texture and give the foundation something to really grab onto. So this is kind of good for, I would say, normal to dry skin. If you're a little bit oily, it could be alright, but if oil's quite a problem for you, then skip it, get something more oil absorbent. For the foundation, we are using Urban Decay's All Nighter. This has no SPF in it, so you won't get any of that ghosty flashback. It's so good for photography, for weddings. It's very long lasting. I feel like when it comes to foundation for weddings, this one's just a no-brainer for me. It works so well. You can thin it down with beauty oils if it's too thick and matte for you, but it definitely is a winner in my kit for any kind of night out or wedding makeup if you're wanting that longevity. So now for the highlighting, we're just using the Naked Skin Concealer. I feel like this works best with the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation just because it is a little bit thinner. As you can see, we've already put quite a lot of full coverage down on that, so this is a bit more hydrating for under the eyes. So I'm taking that in a kind of triangular shape, sort of, underneath the eyes, fanning it all out and keeping the highlighting concentrated in the centre of the face. And this is going to give us the illusion of light. It's going to lift that forward. That way when we contour, the contour shades will recede to the back. So middle of the forehead, down the nose, centre of the chin, etc, etc. And then to blend all that out, I'm just using the exact same foundation brush that I used before. Because the foundation's already kind of on the brush, it gives you that nice kind of, it kind of helps it blend out a little bit easier for you. So we're buffing that all out and keeping it quite concentrated. And then just before that's completely dried into the skin, I like to take a little beauty blender just to kind of blend in the rest, but also kind of picks up any excess product, and it kind of stops the face from getting too cakey. Because your beauty blender is going to pick up that excess product, it doesn't leave any unnecessary product on the skin. So I like to kind of start buffing out with the brush, but then at the end, just kind of take a beauty blender and just make sure everything's really kind of seamlessly blended out. So now for the contouring, I'm just using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I've used these for absolute years. I love them. They're so easy to use. And I'm just taking that in the hollows of Kim's cheekbones and blend it out with the beauty blender. Because we've got that matte base on right underneath the skin with the foundation, you want to kind of blend that as you go. Don't draw all your shapes and then try and blend it out, because sometimes that is how you can end up with the kind of tough, stubborn lines that kind of won't budge. And you don't really want proper lines on your face. You want it to be really blended out. So do your cheekbones, blend them out. Then I'll go on and do the forehead, blend that out, and do the nose, etc. You can just kind of do it bit by bit. Don't draw it all over your face. Then start to blend, because by the time you get to the very last place, it's going to be really dry and a really stubborn mark to move. Oh, my hands are going. I'm getting heated about something. Me spilling tea up in here. You always know when the hands are going. That means it's getting real. So again, we're just taking the beauty blender to blend that in. I kind of like to use the beauty blender just because, as I said, it picks up any excess product. And with a nose contour, you don't want it to be as obvious. If you have really unblended nose contour, it can actually draw more attention to your nose. So you really don't want that happening. That's never a good time. So we're using the same beauty blender and going in to bake the face. Now, this is just putting loose powder on your face so it really sets into the skin. Along the eyes, bring it right up the nose to hug against that nose contour, then down the smile lines and kind of anywhere just where your foundation tends to move. I take it along the mouth, the chin, on the forehead. I like a really matte look. It's up to you. If you don't take as much in the forehead, maybe just do under your eyes, around your mouth. And I also use it to kind of cut underneath the contour under the cheekbone. Again, it's totally optional. It'll give you more of like a kind of severe contour, make it pop a little bit, but I feel like that look then, each to your own. Or just like looking at my crazy cat outside. She kept running to the door. I'd open the door and then she'd run away. It was all a game to her. So we're just kind of chiseling out, as you can see there, the cheekbones. And I don't leave the bake for too long. I tend to just wipe it right away because she's digging that look, honey. We're going with a smaller brush and just wiping that away, especially under the cheekbones, because sometimes, depending on the powder, it can leave like a really harsh line. So you don't want that. So now we're going in with the powder contour. So we're just going to set in all the places that we put the cream contour down first. I'm just using the little Revolution Pro Highlight and Contour Kit. It was super cheap from Superdrug, and I'm just using a domed powder brush from Urban Decay to buff that in. You can use any stinking brush you like, but I kind of take a mix of those bottom colours and just, as I say, setting off the dark parts that we put down before. So for the lips, I'm using a little Wet n Wild lip pencil. I will put the name down below because I can't 100% remember it, but we're just slightly overdrawing the lips. We went for more of a kind of nudie pinky lip for this one. So yeah, just filling in the lips just now. My cat has decided to sit beside me and crawl into a plastic bag, so excuse the ruffling you may hear. For the lips, we used a kind of mix of colours. At first I went pink, then it was too pink for me. Then I added a little bit of Max Yash into it, I think. So I originally went with an KKW Beauty lip in Kimberly, I think, and then we changed it up a bit because it was just coming up a bit too pinky for me, so I did go in and change it and add a little bit more brown over it. So it was a concoction. It was a concoction of lip colours. So I'm just popping on the lashes now. These are Prima lashes in the style Lily. They're from the multi-packs that the guys do. They're really amazing. And that is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little kind of preview of That Special Day Bridal store. Our kind of experience was amazing. I'm going to pop all the guys' details down below, but if you are a bride and you're looking for wedding dresses, bridesmaid dresses, even flower girl dresses, I do believe they actually do prom dresses as well, so any prom girls out there, I highly recommend That Special Day Bridal in Bathgate if you stay in Scotland and are lucky enough to get there, then get down there. But they also do online as well with. I will link all the details down below. I will also link my blog with a little bit more kind of description of the store as well. But oh, look at her sash and wine dress. She's ready for a wedding. But the dress we went with was the Brooklyn dress, and it is in the shade mauve. If anyone's interested, they have every colour you think of, but I would highly, highly recommend the guys. They were absolutely lovely and made the day such a nice experience and totally stress free, which is what we want. Thanks so much for watching. Any comments, just let me know down below, guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks.